guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film a look using some new products. I have some Dazzle eyeshadows by KVD and they are insane. And I've also got some other bits, so I'm just going to get straight into the tutorial and we'll see how it comes out. So I've just popped my hair out of the way so it doesn't get on your nerves. For foundation today I'm going to use the Shiseido Synchro-Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation. It has a twist top, so you can put it in your makeup bag and it's not going to go everywhere. The shade I'm using is 310 Silk. So this one is definitely suited to my current colour. If it was the summer I'd definitely need a darker shade, but this is perfect. It isn't the easiest to find the right colour because it doesn't really give you a description of the colour on the website. So I found myself trying to work out the colour in accordance to other foundation shades that I know suit me. There's lots of different guides online so that you can work out your colour. This is a medium buildable foundation. It really is weightless. I love how foundations have come a long way. Before, when you were wearing a medium to full coverage, you'd feel it sitting on the skin, but this is really lovely. I've already worn this a couple of times and it's so suitable for day look. You don't look like you're wearing anything. From what I can see online, I think there's about 30 shades available, which is a really nice shade range. It's suitable for all skin types. It's oil free. It contains SPF of 30, which is great, but again, always apply your broad spectrum SPF underneath your foundation first. The idea of this is that it lasts you 24 hours, hence the name self-refreshing. And it's supposed to be heat proof, sweat proof, humidity proof, and literally last all day long, which is one of the reasons I wanted to try this foundation, because I'm still on the hunt for the perfect foundation for the wedding, and I do want something that's going to withstand a bit of humidity. So that is one coat, and as you can see, it really does give you a beautifully flawless finish. It covers any imperfections, it feels weightless, it's not heavy, it isn't cakey looking, it's not overly dewy, but it's definitely not matte. It gives a really nice radiant natural finish. My personal preference is to work it in with my fingers or tap it in with a sponge, but bear in mind a lot of sponges will absorb a lot of the product, and this is around £39. So you don't want to be applying it all with your sponge because you will just lose lots of this in there. Using one of these is great because the fibres are separated, so you won't lose too much of that in the bristles. It's a great way just to get it on if you don't want to be sort of too messy with your fingers. Blend it in with your brush, tap it in with your sponge, and then if you need to, you can go in with a concealer if you need more coverage, or you can go in for another layer of the foundation. I'm going to go straight on to my eye makeup, then come back and finish the skin. If you want to see how I fill in my brows using my Urban Decay brow blade, I'm going to link it on screen for you now on the top right corner. To set the hairs in place, I'm using a new product by bareMinerals. This is the Strength and Length Serum-Infused Brow Gel, and I've got the shade Coffee, which is a really good match for my hair. So this is a vegan serum that contains red clover flower plus potent peptides, which help strengthen your brow hair. So over the course of 8 weeks of using it, you will get naturally fuller looking eyebrows. Now I'm going in with the Spectrum Pantherine eyeshadow palette. This is so beautiful, and I'm taking this shade on my MAC Tapered blending brush. This is the 286 synthetic blending brush, and I'm popping that into the eye socket. Now I'm just showing you how if you put it on really roughly, it doesn't need to be well blended, because you can go in with a small amount of translucent powder and buff that straight on top of your roughly applied matte eyeshadow, and it will blend out like a dream. I'm always trying to think of new tips and tricks to share with you that I've used and picked up over the years of being a makeup artist, and this is one that I've used so many times but I don't think I've ever really shared. The translucent powder that I used was the Eye Brightening Powder by Becca, but any powder is really good. I just like this one because it's extra silky. And as you can see, that roughly applied eyeshadow now looks seamless and beautifully blended. On the lid, I'm really excited to use these Dazzle Sticks by KVD. This shade is called Hail Surge, and as you can see, these contain flecks of multi-dimensional pearls and they give a prismatic finish. They definitely go on better if you use your finger. They're very watery to begin with. They contain a lot of water that will then evaporate and dry down and are extremely hard to remove. So once they're in place, they stay in place all day. So if you do try them, don't be put off by the initial texture because it will dry down. Just to add an extra bit of pop, I'm taking the Stila Magnificent Metals Shimmer and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Kitten Karma. Again, these are super long wearing. These are liquid eyeshadows with a mix of pearl and glitter that give a beautiful sparkly finish. So if you're looking for high impact, definitely give these a go. Going back to Hail Surge, the Dazzle Stick, I'm taking my small finger and popping that on the inner corner for a beautiful highlight. So I'm going back to another Dazzle Stick. There are 6 different shades available. This one is called Flash Storm, and on a smaller brush I'm taking that underneath my lower eyelashes. I am using a synthetic brush because this is a creamy consistency and it means it's not going to clump in the bristles, which makes it a lot easier to apply. Along my waterline I'm applying this long wear gel eyeliner by Bobbi Brown in the shade Sepia Ink, which is a beautiful brown. I'm also going to blink onto the brush to tightline the eye. To deepen the top lash line, I'm taking this eyeliner by Zoeva in the shade Glance, which is a beautiful brown with flecks of pearl in it, and I'm smudging this all the way along the root of the eyelashes, keeping it thicker on the outer edge, and then blending that into the current eyeshadow that we already have on the lid using a small smudger brush. Because we're going to be applying some eyelashes, I'm just tapping along the very root of the eyelashes using this Stay All Day waterproof black eyeliner by Stila. Doing this helps to disguise the seam of the eyelashes. If you're looking for super fluffy, soft lashes with a very fine band, then these ones might just be for you. They do come in various sizes and lengths, so if they're a bit long and they're not really your style, have a look at the different collections available. This one is from the MILF collection. If you do struggle with applying eyelashes, then I have a few tutorials on how to do it. Check out my Lash Hack tutorial. It is a game changer if you struggle with eyelash application. I always like to go in and pinch my eyelashes with my eyelash curlers. Not only does this give them a little bit of lift, but it also clamps them to your natural lashes. And then for a bit of added security, I like to apply some mascara, even if I've applied mascara beforehand. And this is the NARS Climax Extreme. To bring the skin to life, I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills powder bronzer in the shade Saddle. I've not actually used this one before. I'm going to take a big brush to apply it. This one is the bronzer brush by So Eco. It's one of my favourite brushes to use because it really does cover so much surface area because it's massive. So it makes bronzing really quick and easy. I say this kind of brings the look to life because the skin's really flat until you've sculpted your face, and you can just do that with bronzer. Going in with a slightly smaller brush, I'm going to use that just to warm up this kind of small area. This defines your cheekbones a little bit more without being too heavy. You can do this with a slightly greyer tone if you want it to look more contoured rather than warm. Under the eyes, I'm taking a small amount of the Shiseido Synchro-Skin Correcting Gel Stick Concealer. This is in the shade Light. I'm going to use a synthetic blending brush just to pop this on underneath the eyes. We're going to use this to brighten this area, correct any dark tone. Highlight and contours really do sculpt the face, making it look more three-dimensional, because makeup itself, especially foundation, can look really flat. So this one is for all skin types. It's a kind of like cream gel texture, really lovely, blends so well. You can use your finger or a brush. As you can see, that's really subtly brought up this section of the face under the eyes, and it draws your attention to the centre of the face. Make sure you blend it well because you don't want it to be too bright. That's one mistake I see a lot of influencers rather than makeup artists doing, is that they are using a contour that's too dark, a highlight that's too light, and they're ending up with two colours that don't blend too well on the face. And although that seems to be really popular for some reason, it's not something you really want to do to your face and go out in, because in the flesh it doesn't look too great. I'm taking the Becca Under Eye Brightening Powder on a beauty blender, tapping off all the excess and just pressing that underneath very lightly. We don't want to bake because otherwise it'll be too light. Just want to press this in to set it. I'm not taking it right up because I don't want it to sort of crepe underneath the eyes. I'm just pressing it into the area that naturally sinks, which is called the eye contour. So once that's set in place, I'm just going to go with my bronzer brush and dust the excess powder away. Having a little bit of the bronzer left on the bristles is just going to help take away that very light cast that powder can give. For blush out, I'm taking the MAC Glow Play Blush in the shade Cheer Up, which is this beautiful kind of pinky coral shade with a fantastic sheen. Just look at that absolute gorgeous glow that it gives without being frosted. You can tap this on with your fingers, or you can do it with a brush. It's almost like a kind of pressed mousse. You'll know what I mean if you try it. So I'm just going to tap that on to the apple of the cheek and pour the colour backwards. So beautiful, these blushes. They really do suit all ages, all skin types. Nice thing is, because these have a very subtle glow to them, you don't need to apply a highlighter. Obviously you can. I like the sheen they give without having to apply additional. And I've gone for a slightly pinkier tone because my top is like a pink, I'm not normally a pinky blush person, but it really does give a youthful glow. On my lips, I'm going to apply this Zoeva Powerful Lip Shine in the shade Share With Me. Gorgeous. These come in so many different colours, and I think it's really nice to have lip glosses kind of coming back. Matte colours have been in for so long now. It's nice to have a bit of shine, especially over the festive season. So this one isn't too dissimilar to my natural lip colour, which I really, really like. It makes it easy to wear. So that is Share With Me. The other one I wanted to try was Laugh With Me. She is a little bit of a softer pink, and as we have got pink on the cheeks and I'm wearing a pink top, I'm going to give this one a go as well. Give this one a try. They're so comfortable and they're not sticky. I think I prefer this one. It's more nude. I love the little doe foot applicator. It's pointy, so you can turn it round and get right into the inner corner of your lips. And you can also really draw around your Cupid's bow. How pointy that is. You can of course wear a colour, you can go however you want, because the eyes, although they are really sparkly, they're not super dark, and especially if you don't go dark along your waterline, you could amp this up with a red lip. If you do want to see a red lip look, let me know in the description bar and I will create one for you. So that is it for today's makeup tutorial. Really quick, really simple, easy enough to do, pretty much could do everything with your fingers. Obviously with the brown at the beginning, that is completely optional. And the idea of showing you how to kind of slapdash it on and then blend it out is just to show you that it doesn't have to be something that you have to sit there and blend for hours. Can be really quick and easy. So let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I'd love to know your thoughts, and please give me suggestions for tutorials, especially over the festive season. What do you want to see? Because we've only got a couple more weeks till Christmas. If I can fit in a few more tutorials, I will do. So don't forget, all the products I've used will be listed and linked in the description bar. Come follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram, where I'm most active. Over there you'll see all the new products that I receive or I've purchased. There you can request them to be in tutorials over here on YouTube. I also share little clips of me and my twin sister when we're working out, just to break things up and show you a little bit of my life outside of YouTube. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.